Hi, Mark here, trust you're well. Welcome to today's Lightroom quick tip, where I'm hopefully going to share with you how I get my images ready for stylization. And in my workflow, that's different to what I'm going to show you here. Stylization is I'm taking off to a particular style of edit. That could be black and white, that could be sepia, could be a vivid landscape, and local adjustments. I want to get my image to a set point where I'm comfortable with the base underlying settings of my image. Now, if you enjoyed today, please subscribe, like, and you may like to consider joining me at lightroom.support, where I host a lot of free online live events. Without any further ado, let's jump across to Lightroom Classic. So here I am, I'm in Lightroom Classic, I'm in the Develop module, Basic panel. What are my objectives? Well, I want to create a base edit. What do I mean by that? Well, I want to make sure my horizons are straight, my verticals are upright. I want to set all those reference points that I can then continue on into stylization. I want to remove any artifacts, and I will have this foundation, this strong foundation of image that I can come back to time and time again and re-stylize the image into a different aesthetically pleasing style. So I could take it vivid colors, I could take it mono, I could take it sepia, whatever I wish to do. But I start at this base edit, and that means I only have to do it once. So what's the first thing I do? Well, in the basic panel, I pick up the white balance pipette and I go and select a white balance, the color of the light. Now, if I had my grey card with me on this day, I would select off the grey card because the preceding image would have my grey card in. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find a grey point where all the values in this target selection that the pipette is looking at are all roughly the same. It's a neutral point, as it says on the screen. So I've got 63, 63, 62.8. That is virtually neutral. Whatever the numbers are, they're roughly the same. It's a neutral point. So that's going to be my white point. Again, it's aesthetically pleasing. We can adjust that in our stylization if we wish to warm up the image later in our workflow. So that's my white point. I could obviously select from the drop down as shot, auto, etc. And sometimes I will play with that. But I'm going to go with what the pipette gives me. Now, next thing I'm going to do, my black and white points. I'm going to hold my Option or my Alt key down, and I'm going to move my black slider to the left. And I'm going to wait until some darks come up. So there we go, we've got some black, some dark parts of the image. Now, you have to ask yourself, is this a meaningful black? Does it add to the image? Or am I just technically setting my black and white point? Well, at this point, I don't know quite where I'm going to go, but I'm just going to say as the black appears. So there we go. So in the front of the engine, I'm telling Lightroom Classic this part of the engine is black. And I'm going to do the same with my white point. Press the Alt and Option key down, screen goes white, and I'm going to look for meaningful white. So you can see the white points are starting to show on the screen, and there we go. So I've now told Lightroom what is black and what is white. I've expanded the histogram slightly. Now I'm going to bring down my highlights by 100%, and I'm going to open up my shadows to 100%. Now that may look totally weird at this moment, and that's fine. I'm just setting a reference point so I don't have to keep resetting these settings. Now, what else do I do? Well, I look at the visible dust spots. So I click on my spot removal tool, erase, I turn on my visible spots, I jump in to 100%. In this case, I'm going to jump into 200%. I go page up on my keyboard, and I start top left hand corner, and I just scroll down by pressing my cursor key arrow down, and I just go through the image, and there's one there. Should make my brush size a bit smaller. There we go. And just come down, keep coming down to see if there's any scent spot. There's one there. There's actually a mark on my lens by the looks of it, so I'm just going to draw around there. Allow that just over the mark. Allow Classic to remove the smudge mark. Okay, and then I'm going to do exactly the same, but I'm going to turn off the visualize spots. So now what I'm looking for is any artifacts that I wish to remove. Is there anything that I wish to remove off this image? Is there a bird? Is there a piece of rubbish? And I'm just scrolling through at 200%. Oh, and I've got, it looks like it's a branch or something that was in the corner of the image. So I'm just going to remove that. And that didn't show in the visualize spots. It's only as I've gone to the color version. So there we go. That is my base edit. I'm happy with the global settings of this image, that I can now go right click and create a virtual copy. And now I can stylize this image as I wish to. So I hope this has been a help to you today, and if it has, why not visit lightroom.support, sign up to my newsletter where you get a weekly email of what's going on. Take care. Bye for now.